Let me enlarge this, just in case you can't see it very well. Uniformly dead.
I was showing you a couple of years ago. Still there.
Dead corn.
It's still there.
Same field for 3 years now.
That was 2
dead.
years in a row, and now this year.
Dead 3 years in a row. Dead.
Corn belt.
I live in your corn belt, the one that feeds your fucking animals. I live there. Lee doesn't. He lives in fucking Canada. This is your corn belt, where they plant the corn for your fucking livestock, to feed your cows and your chickens and your pigs. It died for 3 fucking years from here to China. If you're new, tough, you missed my fucking research. Go look at the older shit, for fuck's sake. They are destroying processing plants for the reason I told you they would be fucking making excuses, because you now think that next year you're going to have food. If everybody knew your food was dead, there would be no controlling the population. They will make every goddamn thing in the world so you think you'll have food next year. You're fucking stupid.
So,
they're selling their cows because the grass in the field has also died. There is no food in the field for the cows.
No fucking. Like I've been saying, the cows, they cheated when they did to die. Summers are supposed to be quiet.
The drought is forcing thousands of cattle herders to sell off their cows because there's no fucking grain to feed them and there's no grass for them to eat. It's been dying down here for 3 years. Dead. Shadows on either side of vehicles going north and south in the later afternoons, in the early mornings. You're seeing us live on a ball and fly around to bring these things into our sky. There's a blue spectrum, ultraviolet, black light hanging out in your fucking sky that you can't see, but it's got such bright energy you can't see it, but this truck will stop it and make a shadow point at the sun. Go satellites showing day and night on Earth. Watch the shadow on the top. Watch, here it comes. Here it comes. Right about now. After dark and before dawn, if you look in your north horizon, you'll see what's casting that shadow on the globe. It is a planet just about our size within lunar distance. Go ahead and doubt me. I don't care. I can see it. Many other thousands of folks have looked and seen it. It's there. It snuck up on you because I didn't say anything about it, except on the live shows when we watched it coming in for the last couple of years. It hasn't crescented, but you can see the fucking thing at night. And if you don't want to go look, you're just as bad as the motherfuckers trying to lay on their back, make the fucking moon stop rolling. There is so much magnetic friction on this planet that we are tapping the brakes. The islands are looking like fucking, oh gee, there's huge fucking wave break right here. Why is that? Because the fucking water is tapping to the fucking west coasts of the globe and going away from the fucking east coasts of the globe. because we live on a ball that's tapping its brakes, and it's global. It's not just the west coast of fucking California. The waters are moving. We are being slowed down. We live on a water planet that is moving this way. And when we tap on the brakes, the water continues to move that way a little faster than the land. That is physics, and that's what you're seeing. Been pointing it out. I don't know what you don't get. I really don't. Your government's not causing this with chemtrails, you fuck tard. And it sure as fuck isn't Cerny harps doing this. This is magnetic compression against your fucking planet and induction heating causing huge upheaval in your volcanics and a braking motion on the planet. Plug in a clock that is a digital clock. You telling me you can't find one that's not hooked up to the world clock? You're not looking very hard. They sell them for $5 in any goddamn dollar store. Plant the fucking thing in a plug, sync it up with this one, and watch it differ really fast. Because they, every week, every day, are manipulating this clock. Your clock that you plug in that's not connected to this one, that's a digital clock, doesn't lose minutes per day. We've been keeping track of them of time with those for a long time, and they're supposed to be real fucking accurate. Well, why are they switching minutes a week? Why are they differentiating? Because the government is fucking with the time itself. You think they don't know? They want you to not know, and I'm giving you shit to fucking look at. And all you can look at is other people talking about, oh, it's GMO engineering. You're a fucktard. You listen to this fucking guy? Are you kidding me? You're fucking kidding me. You're a fucktard. Mr. 333 was given this, the fucking shadow that shows up above Earth by Pollyanna. And he left it a mystery. Mr. 333 has had the moon for 10 years. I've given it to him several hundred fucking times. And the man has posted it twice, leaving it a mystery. Even though NASA claims our axis shifted, this motherfucker is a fucking shill. You want to watch him and bring him to my channel? I will block you. You take my channel to him. The rivers globally are drying up because you have 3 sun's microwaves cooking the water. You can water your plants. You can have a flood. A couple hours later, you're in a drought again. Flash drought, as a matter of fact. And then the atmospheric river dumps the water again. That's the process we're in now.
Dr. Fauci, knowing that it is a crime to lie to Congress, do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, I have never lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement. This paper that you are referring to was judged by qualified staff up and down the chain as not being gain of function. Let me finish.
You take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans. Right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly.
Oh, Dr. Fauci needs an actual doctor who's not a BS artist who has simple questions and demands straightforward answers. Tony Fauci was lying in that clip. He knew he was lying. As The Intercept, of all places, recently reported, quote, Scientists working under a 2014 NIH grant to the EcoHealth Alliance to study bat coronaviruses combined the genetic material from a parent coronavirus known as WIV1 with other viruses. Oh, they were manufacturing more powerful viruses. Tony Fauci oversaw that. Then The Intercept spoke to several virologists and found that, quote, 7 said that the work appears to meet NIH's criteria for gain-of-function research.
Imagine that.
Okay, offshoring it.
Because it's
In their
not allowed
various labs,
here.
including one owned by the Chinese government. A lot of biolabs in Ukraine. What was going on there? Oh, shut up, don't ask. You're working for Putin. Really? Well, at some point, somebody is going to ignore the threats and just go ahead and ask the question. Why do we have all these biolabs in Ukraine of all places? It's not like Ukraine is a hotbed of pharmaceutical research. What is that? We don't know, but at some point people are going to find out. Now, The Intercept spoke to a virologist called Vincent Rancielli, professor of microbiology and immunology at Columbia. Quote, there is no question, he said, from the weight loss of the mice in the study, it's gain of function. Tony Fauci is wrong saying it's not, end quote. And of course, Fauci would have known that he was, quote, wrong. In other words, he was lying when he said it wasn't gain of function. It was.
I made a video not long ago with this man talking about if you depend on a vaccine, you're fucked.
Some of us wouldn't because we'd be dead. And what happens when these sort of things occur is if they don't kill a lot of people, we just move on, especially when it comes to influenza, which people seem to think is just a word that means I don't feel well. It doesn't. And I think for the first question, I'd like to ask Tony, maybe you can explain a little bit about why would we want a universal vaccine? How does this work? How is a pandemic different than what we get every year? And where are we?
Okay. Well, thanks, Michael. Well, just very briefly, because I know we certainly have a lot to talk about. But the situation with influenza, I think that many people in the audience know, is that unlike a virus like measles, which if you have a measles virus and you get vaccinated against measles or you get infected with measles, that you are protected essentially for life for the simple reason that measles doesn't change from year to year or from decade to decade. Whereas influenza is very unique in that it is a virus, a group of viruses. There are different kinds of influenza A, and let's just focus on influenza A, that tend to, we use the terminology, drift from season to season, and that there are mutations that change it enough so that you're willing to get vaccinated each year. You try to anticipate the right match between a vaccine and the virus that will be circulating. And then every once in a while, as Michael alluded to, you have a very dramatic change, either by mutations or by evolutions from animal influenzas that jump species, recombine or what have you, and you have something that's called a shift or a real big change. That's really unique. I mean, the viral infections that we deal with, polio, smallpox, measles, etc., don't do that. So we're dealing with a continual moving target from season to season and the threat of a pandemic. So the title of this session is The Quest for a Universal Flu Vaccine. So when we talk about a universal flu vaccine, it really right now is an aspirational goal in that the quest being to make a vaccine that induces a response in the body to that part of the influenza that doesn't change from season to season, from decade to decade, or even that much when you get a pandemic. And scientists now throughout the country and the world have been able to identify components of the influenza that really do not change much at all. And the critical issue.
Heard enough of that. It seems like we have an awful lot of variants going around, Doctor.
Spike proteins from naturally occurring bat viruses, coronaviruses circulating in China, were capable of binding to the human ACE2 receptor in a mouse model.
Not giving the medical advice, but I sure as hell wouldn't want to be in the medical field right now. Or hiding the truth from people. Susan Wojcicki.